The judge should throw out this evil and worthless process, as a party cannot be allowed to blow hot and cold at the same time. This here is the process PDP filed since January, asking the court to declare the seat vacant. This was a different process. Before, whatever led them to have compromised, this was what they filed before with the legal advisor Ajibade, where they said that those lawmakers have been removed. That was in January or thereabout. This was the first process. Suddenly, they now come with this process now, where the PDP is now pushing for a statement of sacked lawmakers from the APC party so that they can impeach your own governor. Nobody have ever seen this kind of political betrayal and shocking development before. When earlier in the year, the Federal Opposition Lawmakers Coalition under the platform of G-60 called for the removal of Damagun for anti-party activities and for serving APC interests, we never knew it would degenerate to this, where he would now come out and directly aid sacked lawmakers who are now openly members of APC to stay in office illegally to enable them impeach a PDP governor. Those who doubted us then, despite all the evidence we furnished, can now see that we had our facts spot on. In our quest to unveil the truth about the worrying allegations, which were raised by the group that first opened our eyes to these developments, we uncovered a bigger scandal which is capable of bringing down our country's democracy. We uncovered a dangerous pattern in the Nigerian judiciary, particularly the Federal High Court, Abuja, and we are in shock. That's why we are calling on all key stakeholders in the Nigerian project, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to pay close attention, lest Nigerian democracy will slip off under his watch. We call on the Chief Justice of Nigeria, even in these last days in office, to rise up now. We call on the National Judicial Council to move into action now. We call on the Legal Practitioners Privileges Committees to stand up and be counted in this fight. We call on the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court to see the need to explain to Nigerians what happened. We finally call on all Nigerians to join us and demand, not just as an explanation, but definite action to restore confidence in the system. Now, having obtained the process filed in court by the PDP leadership against PDP interests, we notice that the lawyer in the suit is one Dr. Joshua Musa SN. In seeking to find out more about him, we discovered that, and I want Nigerians and everybody to pay attention to this particular part. In seeking to find out more about him, we discovered that this same man has been representing the FCT Minister Wike for some time now, even while he was governor of Rivers State. We also discovered that not only did he represent Wike personally, he represented most friends of Wike and his interests. But the Damagun PDP NWC and legal advisor hires this man to be representing the same PDP this lawyer once undermined. Nigerians will recall that sometime last year, and pay attention to this sequence, Nigerians will recall that sometime last year, following his anti-party activities and calls to the PDP to take disciplinary action, Wike went to court and obtained an ex parte order restraining PDP from expelling him from the party. Guess who was the lawyer in that case? Dr. Joshua Musa S.A. And guess who was the judge? Justice Omotoshe of the Federal High Court, Abuja. Follow me again. Sometime in January 2023, then state chairman of PDP in Rivers, Dr. Desmond Akawo, approached the Federal High Court, Abuja, and obtained an expert. And watch, each is expert. Once they get that expert, most of them are abandoned that way. Obtained an expert to stop the PDP from dissolving the state executive of the party in Rivers. The suit was filed while Eyotuaye was the chairman. The party did not defend the suit. From that time, Eyotuaye left office, and Dr. Akawo has since been appointed as the APC, as an official in the APC government, as the federal commissioner. Now, guess what? Who is the lawyer? Dr. Joshua Musa SAN, and the judge, Justice Inyan Eko. Now, follow me again. Now, as if to say that was not enough, the G5, if you remember, went to court, led by the FCT minister then, to get an order against the expulsion from the party. Guess who filed the suit? Dr. Joshua Musa. And who is the judge? Justice James Omotosho. Now, news media was abused when in early April 2024, the same Federal High Court here in Abuja ordered that Prince Uche Secondus, Omeha, and Austin Okpara be stopped from attending the PDP NEC meeting. The counsel for the three plaintiffs, guess who? Dr. Joshua Musa, SAN. And guess where the case ex parte was obtained? The case was filed. Justice Ikenga Imo. The judgment was delivered on July 15. Now follow me again. In April 2023 again, the same Justice Joshua Musa filed an order restraining PDP from expelling some elected officers from Rivers State of the party. And again, let's shift further also. The governorship candidate of PDP in Cross River, a well-known friend of the FCT minister, also filed a similar case against the party. Guess who was the lawyer? Dr. Joshua Musa. And guess where the case was? All the cases were before Justice Ikenga Imo. Sometime last year, the same Justice Joshua Musa, SAN, filed another suit on the issue of the PDP secretaryship. And guess who was the judge? Justice Ikenga Imo. And I hope everybody is following me. Now, the local government chairman in Rivers State, who legitimately have less than a month to the expiration of their statutory tenure, just last month, dragged the Rivers State government to court. The court granted their ex parte application and ordered for maintenance of status quo. Guess who was the judge? Justice James Omotosho. Now, in another suit again, the Federal High Court, under controversial circumstances, nullified the Rivers State budget and ordered the Inspector General of Police to continue to provide police protection to the lawmakers whose seats have been declared vacant. And then went even further to declare one Bright as Speaker when the Bright was no longer a member of the State House of Assembly. Guess the judge that granted this ex parte application? The judge was Justice James Omotosho. Now, gentlemen of the press, this list is endless, very endless, and we're still bringing up more. Very endless. Endless in the sense that the same lawyer and each of these reverse case and each of these ex parte applications, numerous of them that I don't want to waste time reading, most of you can Google it, all before either Justice James Omotosho or Ikenga Imo, each ex parte. And once they are filed, in few hours they are assigned to this same particular people. And this thing keeps turning up and nobody is talking. Gentlemen, like I said, the list is endless. Now, this lawyer who have been dragging PDP in all these cases is now the lawyer who is now representing PDP in this current suit, which is against the interest of the party. How did the switch happen? It must have started when, in a bid to perpetuate Umar Damagun in office to serve the interest of his APC masters, that Joshua Musa, representing Mr. Damagun, that was brought in. And he dragged PDP to court and even obtained an order restraining PDP from removing Damagun from office. After PDP leaders appealed to us, stakeholders, governors, that we should leave this thing, everybody realized this issue. And then the NEC agreed that Damagun will exist by August and North Central will assume their rightful position. Whoa, we all say for peace to reign as great party men. But Damagun then went at the back, using the same pro-APC lawyer, Joshua Musa, to obtain and just ex parte again in this same Federal High Court that he should remain in office for a position that rightfully belonged to North Central. Now, this was after the NEC of the party had fixed August for Damagun to democratically leave office. This therefore leads to us to ask certain questions. Why are political cases of Pro-Wike and the interest group going only to specific judges at the Federal High Court Abuja and always assigned to them? Are the judges in Federal High Court assigned to specific states that all cases from Rivers must go to two of them? Or is it that certain judges are assigned to certain lawyers warranting that any case they file go to those judges? How can the cases once filed doesn't stay more than 24 or 48 hours and are assigned to the same set of judges? Gentlemen, it's obvious that the security agencies need to move in immediately and get to the root of this chain of obtaining ex parte orders and judgment in a divine pattern against unknown principles of fair hearing and justice. Especially the NJC and the NBA should be worried how these ex parte orders keeps coming. They're almost over 10-15 now, and they leave it at those ex partes before the same court, before the same judges, by the same group of people, by the same lawyer. The Chief Justice of Nigeria needs to set the ball rolling with the NJC, moving immediately to find out what happened without waiting for a petition. This scandal is homogeneous and the council can move on its own. It's shocking that once the ex parte is granted, nothing happens again in most of the cases. The Legal Practitioner Privileges Committee needs to immediately set up measures to find out if any person under his statutory authority has done anything warranting his disciplinary action. The Chief Judge of the Federal High Court needs to speak on these issues and save the institution of the Federal High Court from this image-damaging scandal. Was this the reason why Secondus Celestino Meha Okpara rushed off to the appeal court to challenge the order restraining them from attending PDP next meeting without bothering to challenge it before the judge at the Federal High Court, because I have lost hope in the Federal High Court? Now, before I end, I will specifically call on the CJ of the Federal High Court. Nigerians are watching all this, and Nigerians want to know how we arrived at all this. That cases will be filed ex parte every now and then, assigned to particular judges. I don't have anything against them, and I'm not accusing anybody of anything. But Nigerians will want to know if that's how the Federal High Court works now. That these cases are filed, assigned to either Justice Eko or Motosho, and they will grant ex parte on each of them, and filed by the same Dr. Musa, the lawyer. These things are filed, and once the ex parte are granted, we have not seen judgment in 2/3 of these cases. The Federal High Court is a huge institution that is at the center of the heartbeat of our nation's survival and cannot be seen to be involved in this. You must find out how this is happening. It's not coincidence. Finally, we call on the National Executive Committee of PDP, the Board of Trustees, and all other men of goodwill to take another look at the current leadership of the party and agree with us that Damagun is a clear and present danger to the PDP and its survival. He has now come out openly and is no longer disguising that his loyalty is with the APC. Urgent action is required now. PDP governor, today I talk to you and I will say this. It is Fubara they want to remove, and you keep quiet about it. It is the same pattern, and it will definitely be your turn tomorrow. A weakened PDP does not stand any chance in any parliamentary or governorship or presidential election in 2027. So I call on PDP governors, especially the patriotic ones, because I must say that there are some who doesn't see anything in PDP being annihilated 100%. I call on PDP governors, senators, and House of Representative members who are keeping quiet. You all will cry one day if this party is allowed to sink. You will be shedding crocodile tears when the time comes, when the election time comes, when the same people will use their structures at different states to annihilate you. So it is in our interest to all come together to say, let us do the right thing. This is another early warning for the party and those who believe in it to stand up and save the soul of the party before irreversible damage is done to the once glorious, Africa's biggest political party. Thank you.